Welcome to our channel, ladies and gentlemen. Just 1 year into office, the government of the day is already campaigning for 2027. Kenya is indeed a very political nation because the opposition is not left behind. They are busy preparing for 2027 because this regime, they believe, must be kicked out and uprooted in 2027, even though there is a school of thought that believes that this regime must go now because we cannot tolerate it up to 2027. Our nation is basically sold to the West. If there is something that is causing William Ruto sleepless nights as he prepares for 2027, is who he will face in the ballot box. It has been made very clear that Kenya Kwanza wamejipanga. William Ruto will be the presidential candidate, and from all indications, Rigiji will still be the running mate. On Azimio side, they are playing their cards close to the chest, and they are confusing the Kenya Kwanza regime. There has been a lot of pressure from both sides telling Raila to ensure that he's on the ballot because there's a group of people that believe that it is only Raila who can uproot William Ruto, who is now in the government with the instruments of power. But there is another school of thought that feels that it should be Kalonzo Musyoka for 2027.
Na nikimalizia mimi nasema kama Wakamba na sio Mkamba, mimi bado ni kama Mkenya. Mheshimiwa Kalonzo, jipange, usiogope. Kiti ya president inakulenga. Sisi tunaongea na watu. We speak to so many people in this country and they are telling us ukijipanga hii kiti ya president utachukua. Sasa tumeanza kujipanga, hakuna kurudi nyuma. Na ukirudi nyuma ujue tuko hapo, tutakusukuma. Chukudhi hapo, uyenda, no tenda. Tunaelewana? Tutakudhia huko. Tumeelewana? Tutafanya nini? Tutamkudhia wapi? Apende, asipe, kura yetu sisi yote ni wewe tutapatia, na tutaenda nje tutafanya. Hawa wa Kikuyu ni marafiki zetu. Na Kikuyu community hawa wako hapa, usidanganywe na mtu. Hawa ni marafiki zetu. Tutaongea na wao na kura zitaingia. Tukiteremka hii Mombasa, hawa ni watu wetu. Tutaongea na wao na kura zitaingia. This is your time. This is your time.
Jambo lingine, Mheshimiwa Raila Amolo Odinga, nikikuangalia wewe ni kijana. Watu wengine wanatembea wanakuambia wewe umezeeka. Mzee umezeeka kweli? Wewe unasema mzee umezeeka wewe. Tumwambia afanye nini? Mzee Raila Amolo Odinga 2027. Sisi tuko na wewe na usimame pia na ndugu yetu Mheshimiwa Wycliffe Ambetsa Oparanya. Tuendelee mbele.
Baba 2027 State House, ndio. Aendelee.
Kwamba baba, nchi yetu lazima tuangalie, tuseme kwamba tunaenda wapi. Kukiwa mbaya iwe mbaya, ikiwa mzuri pia tuseme baba iko mzuri. But what we need ni kukubaliana na sisi kwamba baba, bei ya kila kitu iko juu. Kama ni kuja kwenu, lazima tukuje kwenu. Wakituambia kwamba tukue na opposition leader, baba alituambia lazima nyinyi muamue. Baba, mimi nikienda bungeni nitakuwa na insist kwamba hilo lituambia katika PG, nitafuata huo msimamo.
Ambao wanawataki wewe utetee wa Kenya. Watu ambao wanakuambia kwamba waachie mtu mwingine. Tunataka tuseme sisi tunataka baba aongoze jeshi. Mnataka baba aongoze jeshi?
Umeelewana vizuri? Vijana mko tayari? Mko tayari? Na baba endelea siendelee? Endelea siendelee? Mkiingia ndani ya chama mimi nitaangalia. Mkiingia ndani ya chama vizuri nitaangalia. Sawa sawa. Asanteni sana, Mungu awabariki.
Many people feel that there is confusion in Azimio because Martha Karua seems to be pulling away. Kalonzo Musyoka is determined to run for president in 2027. And Raila Amolo Odinga is still acting opaque. We can't understand. If you ask me, ladies and gentlemen, there is no confusion in Azimio. Whatever they are doing is very intentional and it is good for them. And I will tell you why. Amidst all what seems to be confusion is a choreographed plan by the Azimio to ensure that the government does not read where they are coming from, where they are, and where they are headed to. Kindly subscribe to our channel if you are watching us for the first time. Click the notification bell and like and share our videos. The government is really disturbed and they want to know who is going to run with William Samoei Ruto. And they have not hidden their thoughts and feelings about this. They continue acting in a manner trying to provoke the Azimio just to show them, to indicate who will be the flag bearer.
Ni mbio nimeona tumekimbia leo. Naona hata hapo mbeleni ikifika kwa siasa tukiwa na Rais William Ruto ambaye ametoka hapa na Rigiji ameshika mwendo na amekunywa murusik. Hii mbio yule mzee sioni akitukaribia hata kidogo. Ama nyinyi mnaona akikaribia? Na mimi nimeuliza president na deputy president, kama yule mzee hayuko ikuwe ni Kalonzo. Kalonzo sio mtu ya kushindana na William Ruto. Huyo tafadhali deputy president mukae kando, nikishashinda Kalonzo nitaondoka alafu nyinyi muendelee. Sababu ama nyinyi mnaona kama Kalonzo anaweza kunishinda? Anaweza. Sasa Kalonzo anaweza shindana na William.
And in the midst of all that seems to be confusion, the Azimio wants the government to continue guessing. Because when there is guesswork, it is good for Azimio itself. The government machinery is always very ready to deal with a known enemy. If they realize that it is Raila Amolo Odinga who will vie, then they will charge their arsenals towards him with a lot of propaganda, both written and verbal. And they will always try maybe to buy his own support base. They will automatically report them to the international community so that they can start a counteractive narrative. So when the opposition hides their card, the government continues to gaze. They have clandestine meetings, they continue asking, they send emissaries, but there is no answer to this. And it is always good for the opposition when the government is kept guessing. We don't want the government to know the exact enemy. You all know that there is a general feeling that Kalonzo is easily acceptable in the mountain. And some experts feel that Ruto is not ready to face Kalonzo because he fears that the Mount Kenya votes can be swayed away from him. But some people also say that the strength of Raila continues to grow, especially now that things are not working in this government, corruption and all that surrounds the government. Number two, when all this is playing out, it will give Kalonzo Musyoka to strengthen his party. Raila Amolo Odinga will strengthen his party. You see, people believe that Raila, Uhuru Kenyatta, and all the Azimio Brigade might back Kalonzo for 2027. But it should not be given on a silver platter. Kalonzo must work hard to ensure that his support base is intact. And so whenever there are speculations that Raila might vie for 2027, it provokes Kalonzo supporters. And so when Kalonzo will ask them to come and maybe join the party, register, and solidly backing up. They will go because they have a feeling that Kalonzo must be betrayed, might be betrayed in the coalition. And so when they are playing this kind of politics, even Raila supporters, you saw there Raila telling them that if you register wholesomely into the ODM party, then I will consider running for a 6th time in 2027. So it should go on this way, because if they relax, or for example, if Kalonzo knows very well that they have already backed him up, he might be tempted to continue in laxity, because he knows very well that his support base plus that of Raila Odinga, he will be good to go. And so they must be subjected into strengthening their party. Even what Martha Karua is doing is good for me, if you ask me. Let the Kamwene team strengthen the mountain so that they become a formidable force and an alternative voice to that of Rigiji, so that Raila also solidifies his support base, because already you realized that William Ruto had charged some of the Raila rebels, the Nyanza rebels, led by people like Zachary Okoth-Obado, the former governor of Migori, people like the ICT cabinet secretary Eliud Owalo. They have been doing recruitment drives. Some of them have been hiding under some women empowerment projects, yet all they do is to ensure that they register people in the UDA. So when Raila decided to begin the ODM recruitment drive, William Ruto has been neutralized completely. Because now you've seen that he's now crossing beyond Nyanza borders, he's going to Western, Nyamira and all that. And William Ruto knows very well that he stands no chance in Western. Kalonzo must also ensure that the Kamba voting bloc remains in the Wiper party. And so, ladies and gentlemen, this is really good for the party. Amidst all the speculation, ladies and gentlemen, this is also a moment of gauging what people think about Azimio. What do people feel, for example, if Raila runs for the 6th time, if Raila is fronted, if Kalonzo is fronted? The other thing that they are also trying to do is to understand who should be the running mate of who. Already, and I hear most people say that Kalonzo Musyoka should be supported alongside Wycliffe Oparanya. And this seems to be the most formidable combination according to the Azimio supporters. Others feel that it should be Kalonzo and Eugene Wamalwa. And so when all this is happening, others also feel that maybe Martha Karua and Kalonzo Musyoka. You see, when all this is happening, all these leaders, people like Martha Karua or Paranya, they will be going back to their people and they will tell them, support me so that we can have a strong negotiating team. Because, for example, Oparanya will say that as a governor, a former governor, Kakamega is behind me. Martha Karua will say that the Kamwene team, people like Jeremiah Kioni, we are together in this, and the Mount Kenya team is tired, so they will be behind me. So it is always good for the party, for the officials to get ready, for the supporters to get ready, and above all, for the opponent to keep on guessing. And if you ask me, they should not even unveil their flag bearer now. Let them strengthen their original parties. Let them wake up their people to, especially those people who felt that after Azimio lost and William Ruto has got the instrument of powers, they felt it was over, but now they are coming back to the party. They are being woken up. Once all this is done, let them form this formidable force and unveil one party, one coalition. If it is Azimio, let it be. But one thing that they must do, Azimio should not disintegrate. If it does, let them not delude people that they will win. It cannot. A divided opposition cannot face William Ruto. Because, let me tell you, in 2027, it will be Azimio to lose. They will work hard to lose because Kenyans are solidly behind them, because William Ruto has failed the high cost of living, selling our country to the Western nations. Bill Gates, now they want to sell our seed companies and all this because they want Bill Gates to start controlling our farming. the food industry and everything with GMO, and Kenyans are very tired, corruption and everything. So Azimio must work hard, and they must know that William Ruto is working hard to disintegrate the Azimio into pieces. Let them put the country's interest at heart, because Kenyans have faith in them. And if you ask me, let William Ruto continue to have sleepless nights about who is going to face him in 2027. Because facing him, one person will be there to face him.